Most Americans will run out of money in retirement, and almost nobody is talking about why honestly. You are not lazy, you are not broken, you are inside a system designed to confuse you. The numbers feel impossible. The advice feels generic. The future feels foggy and quietly threatening every single year. You keep hearing save more, invest more, work longer, but nobody explains the real math behind it. So you nod, you worry, you push it aside, and another year of compounding quietly slips away. This video is not here to scare you. It is here to give you clarity nobody else will. By the end, you will understand the trap, the math, the psychology, and the exact shift you need. Let me say something first that most finance content refuses to say out loud to regular people listening. Running out of money in retirement is rarely about laziness or stupidity or weak personal discipline alone. It is about decades of small decisions made under pressure, fear, comparison, and emotional spending patterns. It is about a culture that taught you to consume now and figure retirement out somehow later. It is about an economy where wages move slowly while housing, healthcare, and groceries quietly march upward. So if you feel behind, take a breath. You are not crazy. The pressure you feel is real. But here is the part that matters. Feeling behind does not mean you have to stay behind. The reason most Americans run out of money is not one big mistake. It is a pattern. A pattern of underestimating how long retirement actually lasts once paychecks finally stop coming in monthly. People plan for 10 years of retirement and end up living 25 or 30 years longer. Imagine paying every bill, every grocery run, every medical visit for 30 years without earning income. Most people have never run that math because running that math feels emotionally overwhelming and deeply uncomfortable. So they avoid it. And avoidance feels like peace, but avoidance is just delayed financial pain. The second pattern is relying almost entirely on a 401k match and hoping for outcomes. A match is good. A match is free money, but a match alone is not a retirement plan. If you are putting in 3% and your employer adds 3%, that is a starting line. That is not a finish line. That is not freedom. That is barely enough to slow the bleeding. Real retirement security usually requires saving 15 to 20% of income across your working life carefully. Most Americans save less than 5%. Some save nothing at all. The gap is enormous and quiet. The third pattern is lifestyle inflation, the silent killer of long-term wealth in the United States. Every raise gets absorbed into a bigger car, a bigger house, a bigger lifestyle, a bigger burden. You earn more, but you do not feel richer. You just feel busier and slightly more trapped. That is not a budgeting problem. That is identity hunger disguised as success and quietly expensive monthly. A bigger paycheck without a bigger plan just creates a bigger version of the same financial stress. The fourth pattern is fear of investing, which often hides as caution but functions like quiet damage. People say, "I do not trust the market. I will keep my money safe in a savings account." But over 30 years, inflation will quietly cut that money in half while it sits there untouched. Healthy caution protects you. Fear-based caution keeps you stuck. There is a real difference between them. Sitting in cash for decades is not safe. It only feels safe because the loss is invisible. Inflation is a slow leak. You do not see it. You just notice things keep getting more expensive. The fifth pattern is debt that quietly follows people into retirement and crushes their fixed income later. Car payments, credit card balances, lingering student loans, second mortgages, all carried into a no-paycheck life. Imagine being 70 years old, on Social Security, still making a $600 car payment monthly. That is not a rare story. That is the average story for millions of Americans approaching retirement age. The sixth pattern is underestimating healthcare. Medicare helps, but Medicare does not cover everything you might assume. Out-of-pocket healthcare costs in retirement can easily reach hundreds of thousands of dollars over time. Most people never plan for that. They assume insurance handles it. They are quietly, painfully wrong about that. The seventh pattern is starting too late and then trying to catch up through risky emotional investment decisions. People in their 50s suddenly panic, chase hot stocks, jump into things they do not fully understand. Panic investing is not investing. Panic investing is gambling with the years you have left to recover. Now here is the deeper truth underneath all 7 of these patterns. None of them are really financial. They are emotional. They are psychological. They are behavioral. The math is the symptom, not the actual disease. People do not run out of money because they cannot do math. They run out because of avoidance. Avoidance feels protective in the moment, but avoidance compounds in the wrong direction year after year. Every year, you do not look at your retirement number, that number gets quietly harder to actually reach. So let me give you the shift that changes everything before we get into the practical solutions. Retirement is not an age, it is a number. Specifically, a number you can actually live on. Stop thinking about 65. Start thinking about how much annual income you will realistically need later. Most people need somewhere between 70 and 80% of their pre-retirement income to maintain comfort. Run that number. Multiply your needed yearly income by 25. That is roughly your target retirement portfolio. If you need $50,000 per year, you need around $1.25 million invested. If you need $80,000 per year, you need around $2 million invested by the time you stop. That number probably feels huge. That is normal. That is the first honest reaction almost everyone has initially. But here is the part that brings real relief, especially if you feel like you are starting late. You do not have to save that entire number. The market does most of the heavy lifting. Compounding is the quiet engine. Your job is to feed it consistently and not interrupt it emotionally. $10 invested today is worth far more than $50 invested 15 years from now. Time in the market is the cheat code that rich families have quietly used for generations now. So how do you actually avoid running out of money? Let me walk you through it carefully. First, know your number. Stop guessing. Stop avoiding. Open the spreadsheet. Look at the truth without judgment. You cannot fix what you refuse to see. Vague fear is louder than a real specific number. Second, capture every dollar of free money your employer offers you through any retirement matching program available. If your employer matches up to 6%, contribute at least 6%. That is non-negotiable money. Walking away from a match is walking away from an immediate guaranteed return on every contribution dollar. Third, open a Roth IRA if you qualify. Tax-free growth for decades is a powerful retirement tool. You pay taxes on the seed, but not on the harvest. That math is genuinely powerful over time. Fourth, automate everything. Decisions you make once are stronger than decisions you must make every single payday. Set the contribution, forget about it. Let consistency do the heavy lifting. Your motivation cannot reliably do. Fifth, invest in low-cost broad index funds unless you have a strong reason to do something else. Most retirement accounts get destroyed by high fees, not by market crashes. Fees compound in the wrong direction. A 1% fee over 30 years can quietly cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars in growth. Sixth, raise your contribution rate every time you get a raise before that money touches your lifestyle. If you get a 3% raise, send 1 to 2% of it straight into retirement first. You will not miss it. You never had it. Your future self will thank you quietly forever. Seventh, protect your retirement accounts the way you would protect a child. Do not borrow from them. Do not cash them out when you change jobs. Do not raid them for things that feel urgent. Every withdrawal in your 40s is a deleted decade of compound growth in your 60s and 70s. Eighth, plan for healthcare directly. Look into a health savings account if you have a qualifying plan. A health savings account is one of the most underused retirement tools in the entire United States system. Triple tax advantage. It goes in tax-free, grows tax-free, comes out tax-free for medical use. Ninth, plan your Social Security claim. Age intentionally. Claiming at 62 versus 70 is a massive difference. Waiting can increase your monthly check by more than 70% for the rest of your entire life. That decision alone can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars across a long retirement timeline ahead. 10th, build an exit plan from debt before retirement, not during it when income flexibility is gone. A paid-off home and zero consumer debt change retirement math more than most people ever realize. Now, let me give you the language, the exact phrases, because real behavior change requires usable words. When a friend pressures you into an expensive trip, you can say, "That does not fit my plan." When a salesperson pushes a car payment that feels too tight, just say, "That payment is too high." When social comparison whispers that you should upgrade your life, you can simply respond, "I can wait." When pressure tells you to act now or lose out, you can say, "Run the numbers first." When someone questions why you save so aggressively, you can say, "I am choosing long-term freedom." When you feel guilty for saying no, you can say, "I am not buying this to impress people." You do not have to justify your financial boundaries. Saying less is often stronger than explaining more. People who pressure your wallet rarely pay your bills. Their opinion does not deserve your financial obedience. Now, let me share a few real-life patterns I want you to recognize before they cost decades. There is the high-income earner who lives paycheck to paycheck because every raise expands the lifestyle immediately. They look successful from the outside, but they are one missed paycheck away from real financial chaos. That is not a budgeting problem. That is lifestyle expansion without decision discipline. Two completely different things. There is the worker who relies entirely on the employer match and never opens an additional retirement account. They assume the system is enough. The system was never designed to be. It was designed to start. There is the family that buys a bigger house every few years to keep up with their neighbors. They confuse a bigger home with a better life. The mortgage grows. The flexibility quietly disappears every year. There is the person who refuses to invest because the market once dropped and the memory still hurts. They keep $100,000 in a savings account, earning almost nothing for 15 straight years. In their mind, they are being safe. In reality, inflation is quietly stealing from them every single year. There is the person paying extra on a low-interest mortgage while ignoring their empty retirement account completely. It feels disciplined, it feels responsible, but emotionally, it is relief shopping disguised as financial strategy. Sometimes the math does not support paying off cheap debt early. Sometimes investing first is the smarter call. That is the nuance most finance influencers ignore because nuance does not perform well in short videos. There is the person carrying credit card debt because they fear looking poor in front of other people. They buy dinners they cannot afford. They wear watches that signal status. They drive cars that drain savings. That is not a money problem. That is identity hunger. Identity hunger is one of the costliest emotions. There's the person who delays retirement planning because the topic feels overwhelming and slightly humiliating to them. They tell themselves they will start next year. Next year arrives. They tell themselves the same thing again. A decade passes quietly. Compounding never paused. They just stop showing up at the table to participate. If any of these patterns describe you, please hear this clearly. You are not bad with money. You are a normal person operating inside a culture that profits from your confusion and your emotional spending. The system is loud, the advertising is loud, the social comparison is loud. Clarity has to be chosen. Here is one advanced idea most people miss. Sometimes the best retirement decision is psychological first, mathematical second. If paying off a small debt gives you the emotional momentum to start investing seriously, do it first. If the perfect mathematical strategy keeps you frozen in analysis, the imperfect strategy you actually execute wins. Done beats perfect. Started beats optimized. Consistency beats intensity over a 30-year retirement building timeline. Always. Here is another nuance. Not every safe option is actually safe when measured across an entire long lifetime. A savings account feels safe today, but losing 40% of purchasing power across decades is not safety. Real safety in retirement is not the absence of risk. It is the presence of a working plan. Here is one more nuance. Sometimes flexibility is worth more than ownership, especially in expensive American housing markets. A smaller home you can actually afford gives you cash flow. Cash flow buys investments. Investments buy freedom. A bigger home you can barely afford gives you status. Status does not pay your bills in retirement. Now let me give you the discipline tools, the non-verbal ones, because real money discipline is silent. Pause before any purchase over $100. Just 24 hours, watch how often the urge fades. Look at the full yearly cost of any subscription, not the small monthly number designed to feel painless. $12 per month is $144 per year. Across 10 years, real money disappears. Review your retirement contributions every January, just once a year. Bump them up by 1% if possible. That tiny 1% move, repeated across a career, can be worth several $100,000 later. Do not respond to financial pressure in real time. Slow conversations protect your money. Fast decisions usually drain. When someone sells you urgency, urgency is the product. Real opportunities almost never require an immediate emotional yes. Now let me bring all of this together, because the numbers only matter if the mindset can hold. Retirement is not a finish line you cross. Retirement is a structure you build quietly across decades. It is built from boring decisions repeated consistently while everyone else chases noise, status, and short-term comfort. It is built from saying I can wait when the world keeps telling you that you cannot wait. It is built from understanding that freedom later requires friction now, and friction now is not deprivation. It is built from refusing to confuse looking wealthy with actually being wealthy. Those are very different lives. The people who do not run out of money in retirement are usually not the highest earners around. They are the most consistent decision makers. They are the ones who chose calm over comparison repeatedly. They looked at the number, faced the math, automated the plan, and stopped quietly negotiating with themselves. If you can be one of them, it is not too late. It is almost never actually too late. Even starting at 40, even starting at 50, you still have time to bend the curve significantly. Every dollar you redirect today is a dollar working for you instead of a stranger's profit margin. Every contribution you automate is one fewer decision your tired future self has to make under pressure. Every lifestyle upgrade you decline is one more year of flexibility you quietly buy back for yourself. Retirement security is not a personality. It is a series of small, deliberate, slightly uncomfortable decisions repeated. You do not need to be rich to retire well. You need to be intentional, patient, and consistent. You need to stop letting other people's expectations write checks your future self will eventually have to cash. You need to remember that your dignity is not for sale, and your retirement is not a negotiation. If this video gave you one moment of real clarity, take that clarity and turn it into action. Open the retirement account, raise the contribution, run your number, have the honest conversation with your partner. Do one thing today, one real thing, not tomorrow, today. Your future self is watching this moment closely. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Capital Decision Lab. We make calm, clear money content for adults. Leave a comment telling me which pattern hit you the hardest. I read them. They shape future videos. Before we close, let me leave you with a few more truths worth carrying into your week. Most people who retire comfortably did not earn extraordinary salaries during their working years. They were ordinary. They simply refused to confuse income with wealth. Income is a tool. Wealth is what survives the spending. A high salary that disappears every month is not financial strength. It is financial movement without direction. Wealth is what stays. Wealth is what compounds. Wealth is what eventually pays you instead of demanding payment. Another truth worth holding. Your future is not built in dramatic moments. It is built in quiet ones. The Tuesday afternoon you raised your contribution 1% matters more than any motivational speech you ever heard. The Saturday morning you walked away from. The quiet no you said to a vacation that would drain your emergency fund matters more than imagined. Retirement is built in those small, unwitnessed moments where you chose your future over your present comfort. Nobody applauds those moments. There is no parade. There is just you, your discipline, and your future self. And one day, decades from now, that future self will quietly thank the version of you reading this. And remember this final thought as you walk away from the screen and back into your real life. You are not behind because you are broken. You are behind because you were never taught the truth. Now you know the truth, and the truth, applied quietly and consistently, is how ordinary people build freedom.